Hi everybody, welcome to today's Master the Move class. We're focusing on side planks. Often people struggle with side plank because you're really focused on your shoulder and loading through the arm, and maybe you're not in the right position. Hips are so important for our side planks, the way all the muscles run and work together. So it's a full body movement, our side plank. We want to feel like we've really worked our obliques and got into the core. We don't want to feel sore in our arms and our shoulders the next day. So to start with, let's just do a little release for our back, our shoulders and our hips. You'll notice behind me I have a kitchen chair. So have a counter or a chair, something that you can just lean your fingertips on to start with. So if you'd like to follow me before we do our Pilates setup, it's the heel of your hands on the top of the chair and your fingers are spread, just so that you're not gripping. Give yourself a bit of space and try and create a 90-degree angle here at the hip. Your feet are parallel and hip width apart, and we're going to allow our rib cage to open, allow the shoulder blades to slide together, and allow the head to hang through. You're aware of pressing through your feet, that power up through the ankles, the knees, and into the hips. So you're really loading down through the feet. Press ever so gently into the bottom of the hands so you feel an awakening around your armpits, the muscles down into the sides of the body, but you're not pushing your full strength. Really think about your weight going down into the feet. Shoulder blades slide together. We're deactivating the back of the shoulders, getting a bit of length through the chest, giving ourselves some space around the shoulder girdle, and loading and waking up through the ankles up into the pelvis. Just breathe deeply here for 5. For 4, for 3, for 2, allowing that arch in your back, and last one. We're going to tuck the tailbone and start to round the back, so we just reposition our shoulders again. Now let the weight of your arms and your head hang. Push through your feet and you can just roll up. Feel the body organizing from the bottom all the way up, and you can relax your shoulders. We're going to come to a seated position, and you're going to pull your toes up towards your knees. Anchor the legs down, pull the toes up towards the knees. So we really have to use the muscles of the legs. We use the hips. Anchor your legs down and sit up nice and tall. You can use the fingertips to help you here, or a pillow underneath your bum if you like. Your palms are going to face upward. You're going to relax the shoulders down away from the ears, and now draw the shoulders together. So it's a similar position with the legs and the shoulder blades. So it's like you're trying to flare your rib cage forward, but create loads of length in the back. We're not lazy, kind of slouching down. You've got length through the spine, shoulder blades together, reaching through the crown of the head. Breathe in and out. So really get your brain into the legs. Breathe in and out. Just 3 more. Sit taller, anchor down. So there's loads of activity here, loads of stabilizing. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Anchor and ground through your pelvis. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, we're going to bring the feet together, sit up nice and tall, and reach your arms out to the sides. You're going to rotate, keeping the chest open towards the right arm, and we're going to let the left leg go with it. So one leg is shorter than the other. And what you're feeling is the difference to the side of the body and the pelvis. Now as you come back through center, we swap that. So we're really working the muscles of the legs and using the pelvis. Inhale and exhale. Sit taller so you have space to move. Inhale and exhale. Sit taller so you can feel the ribs rotate. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. The front of the hip is getting tired now. Inhale and exhale. Keep pulling the toes up towards the knee. We're working the quads. Inhale and exhale. Once more each side. Sit taller so you can move. Inhale, exhale. Relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Come back to the center and just relax it out of your shoulders. Now relax the hips. So this is different how we set up a normal Pilates class, because we're focusing on our side plank and we want the body to go down. We want the legs to fire loads. So sit up nice and tall. You can point the feet anytime the front of your hips need a break. You can bring the toes up towards the knees and enjoy the stretch in the back of the legs for the exercise otherwise. So do point if you need a break, otherwise we're pulling our toes up. You're bringing the back of the knuckles, 2 fists together. The armpits melt down the sides of the body while the elbows come up. So instead of chunking everything together and the shoulders lifting, armpits down, elbows up. So we have 2 different directions here for our shoulder girdle. Press down into the hips, feel the weight and the strength and the grounding through your pelvis. Get your brain into the back of the pelvic floor. Feels like you're holding in wind, just gently so the hips don't overwork. Front of the pelvic floor holding in P. Scoop your belly and knit your ribs. Front of the body through the back of the body, and it's a gentle C curve. We're not going too far because we want to feel like the abs are doing this, not the back. So scoop your belly, knit your ribs. Now you're going to twist through the shoulder, so repositioning the humeral head. So the palms are going to face back and you're going to open up the fingers. Scoop your belly, knit your ribs, push the air behind you. Then imagine you're grabbing 2 ropes behind you here, and we're going to pull ourselves back to this starting position. You're really focused your brain on the pelvis. After a few goes, you'll get the pattern, and then we really keep our brain in the pelvis. So relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, use your core. Inhale, open out, palms face back. Exhale, scoop your core, chest towards your knees. Inhale, pull those 2 ropes forward to your starting position. Exhale, scoop the belly. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, push the air behind you. Inhale, pull those ropes in front. Use your imagination, the body responds. Exhale, scoop into C curve, feel the abs. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, push the air back behind you. Inhale, pull those ropes around, melt your armpits down, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, open out. Put your brain in your pelvis. Exhale, forward. Inhale, pull those ropes around, armpits down. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, open out. Exhale, push the air behind you. Inhale, pull those ropes in front. Relax the armpits down. 2 more. Exhale, anchor down through the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, still thinking about the pelvis. Inhale, pull those ropes around. Relax the armpits. 1 more. And you can relax that out. So let's go over our Pilates setup. You'll feel that your brain is really in your hips now. That's going to help us later. So hip width the size of 2 fists between your feet and your knees. Your shoe size roughly heels to glutes, and you can roll your back down onto the mat. Check in with your pelvis position, imprint and arch, imprint and arch. Then find the center for a neutral pelvis, that gentle natural curve in the lower back. Lower ribs are heavy, so we're not flaring the rib cage. Length across the collarbones, so your shoulders are back and down. Armpits draw down the sides of the body. And you lengthen the back of the neck by ever so gently nodding the chin. Take a breath in. Exhale, find the front and back of your pelvic floor. Scoop your belly and knit your ribs. Inhale to the back inside of your rib cage. Exhale, find your pelvic floor. Scoop the belly and knit the ribs. Once more, inhale. Exhale, gentle with the pelvic floor. Scoop the abs up along the back and knit your ribs in and down. Take a breath in to prepare. With your exhale, switch on the center of the body. Lift your right knee into tabletop. Breathe in, switch on the core, lift the left knee into tabletop, knees and ankles together. Lower ribs down, and you're going to reach the arms in line with the ears. You're going to stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Reach through your toes, ankles, knees and hips. Exhale, scoop through the center. Knit your ribs. So see this position with my arms. It's not flaring my ribs stay down. You exhale to come back to that starting position. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, scoop and come back to that starting position. Just for 3, you're focused on your pelvis. Inhale and exhale. For 2, heavy and grounded through the pelvis. And exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. You can continue this position or bring the upper body into ab prep. So you scoop the belly, head, neck and shoulders lift as one unit, chin on top of an imaginary peach, forward and proud with the chest, lower ribs down to help you with that curl forward, nice neutral space underneath the lower back. Inhale to reach the arms and the legs and exhale back to the center. Legs can go straight up to the ceiling or at a slight diagonal. Exhale back to the center. We have 5, 4, 3, you're focused on your pelvis. Even just putting your attention there makes your tailbone feel heavier. 2, inhale and exhale. Last one, the upper body feels light. You're putting the weight into your pelvis. Take your hand behind your head, relax your neck, just check in just in case. You can repeat this exercise if you like, or we're going to reach our legs up to the ceiling, reach the arms up to the ceiling, support your head or lower your head anytime you need. We're going to inhale out and around for a circle, not too big. Exhale, scoop it all back into the center. Inhale and exhale. 5, support your head if you need, or lower your shoulders down. 4, 3, you're focused on how steady the pelvis is. This will help you later. 2, reach with the legs so you feel that recruitment through the whole legs, not just the top of the legs. Reverse the direction. Inhale and exhale. And how steady are the lower ribs and the pelvis is. Inhale and exhale. 4, inhale and exhale. 3, support your head anytime you need. Never push through pain with the neck. 2, inhale and exhale. 1, bend your knees, hold behind the knees, then lower down so we never collapse out of anything we've been concentrating so much in. Rock your knees from side to side, let your head out from side to side. If you like, the arms can go wider and you can go from one side of the floor to the other. You might crack your back, so you can make it smaller if you prefer. We're going to focus on crisscross before we finish this section, just to get our obliques firing in preparation for our side plank. So we're really feeling the legs, the pelvis. Now we're making our way up into the side of our abs. So release your knees into tabletop, squeeze the knees and ankles together. Remind your brain of that midline, because even though we're coming into a side exercise, we always have our brain coming back to that midline, coming back to that stability for us. Float your arms and reach, scoop through the core, come into ab prep, hands behind the head, give the weight of the head away, open the elbows wide, draw the armpits down. If your elbows are too close, you're going to wobble trying to find the floor, so keep the elbows out to the sides. Exhale, rotate right elbow to the floor. You're going to tap the left toes and inhale to the center. Second time we do it, it's the same elbow, right elbow, and you're going to reach the left leg up to the ceiling and inhale to the center. Then the third time, you're going to reach it at a diagonal and come back to the center. And now we swap sides. Left elbow, tap the right toes, inhale to the center. Can you connect to the pelvis and how heavy it feels? Left elbow straight up to the ceiling, inhale to the center. Left elbow, reach at a diagonal and inhale to the center. Right elbow, tap. Inhale. Right elbow up to the ceiling. Inhale. Right elbow diagonal. And inhale. Left elbow toe tap. And inhale. To the ceiling. Keep the pelvis heavy. And at a diagonal. Both sides of the pelvis are heavy. You're keeping your brain there. So right elbow tap the toes. Inhale to the center. Right elbow straight up to the ceiling, inhale to the center. Right elbow at a diagonal, inhale to the center. Left elbow tap the right toes, inhale to the center. Left elbow reach up to the ceiling, inhale to the center. Left elbow at a diagonal, inhale to the center. 2 more rounds. Right elbow tap and inhale. Right elbow straight and inhale. Right elbow stretch the leg but keep the pelvis still and inhale. Left side tap and inhale. Up to the ceiling and inhale. Stretch while maintaining stability in the pelvis and inhale. 1 more round. Last side. And back to the center and lower it down. Rock your knees from side to side. Let your head out from side to side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale fully. Let everything go. And come back to the center. When you're ready, roll it forward. So we're going to really anchor down through our legs. So we're going to come to standing and bring the left leg in front for a high lunge position. Just gently tuck the tailbone under so you're using the core and relax the shoulders. Your hands can be by your sides or on your hips. We just want to refrain from flaring the rib cage. So scoop the belly and knit the ribs. You're going to push through that front foot and straighten the legs. Get a stretch through the back leg by tucking the tailbone. Your knee stays above the ankle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really put your weight into that front foot. Just 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Once more. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, arms in front. You're going to scoop the belly, knit the ribs as if you're almost hinging forward. So we're trying to create this straight line from the back down the leg. Then you're going to bring your arms in line with that back line, that back body line. And you're shooting down through the arms and the foot all the way into this front foot. So we inhale, but knee above the ankle. Exhale, put that weight forward. Just for 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Really get your brain into the bum and the leg. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Remember that line, shoot it back. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, lower it down. It's your left foot in front. Right hand is going to rotate behind you. Feel the stretch through the side of the leg and then just come out of it. Bring that back knee a bit closer, press up to standing and swap the legs around. We're in this high lunge position. Slight tug at the tailbone, scoop through the core, knit the ribs. Arms can hang or be on the sides of your hips. Inhale, really push through the front foot and exhale. Your knee stays above the ankle. Inhale and exhale. Tucking the tailbone slightly. Inhale and exhale. Get a stretch in the back leg. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Scoop the belly, knit the ribs and lean forward so we create this line through the back leg up along the spine. Arms in front. We're in our starting position. Then you push your weight forward. So you're really trying to create this line, reaching back through the leg up into the back of the body. So with the inhale, you keep your knee above your hip. We bend the back knee slightly. With the exhale, you're pressing down through the foot and leaning forward. Inhale and exhale, just for 4. Stick up along your back for 3. For 2. Last one, inhale and exhale, really feeling the glute. Then when you're ready, you can lower it down. It's your right foot in front, so bring the right hand back behind you. Just feel the stretch through the outside, the spiral through the body. And then you can come back, bring that back knee a bit closer and press up nice and strong to standing. So we're going to do the exercise that we did at the start of the class. Hip width and parallel with the feet. Give yourself some space from the chair. Heels of the hands onto the chair. Let the head hang, let the shoulder blades draw together. Let the belly relax and really push down through the feet so the legs engage a bit more than earlier. Breathe in and out. Let the shoulder blades draw together, creating some slack along your back. Strong through the legs. And when you're ready, push through the legs, tuck your tailbone, scoop your belly, knit your ribs. It starts to round your back. So you can push the chair away, let the weight hang, and then roll the rest of the way up. Relax your shoulders, unstick your chin. So we're going to come into our first side plank prep. We'll continue going through what's going to strengthen in the body and what's going to release before we do our full side planks later. So to start with, if you were in this mermaid seat, so this is like a mermaid tail, the top foot goes up to the ceiling. You want to give yourself a load of space from your heel to your glute. So if we're too close, it'll push you too far over your shoulder. So we create this clasp with the feet. See the way my feet are touching each other? Just one is planted and one is on the side. So create this clasp, and then the heel of your planted foot traces through the bottom of your pelvis, just to make sure your feet are not too far forward or too far back. And then again, give yourself space without straightening the legs. You want to be able to plant the foot and have a bend in the knees. The heel of your hand is going to trace through the top of your pelvis. So again, making sure it's not too far forwards or backwards on your mat. But we're not going to stack it underneath the shoulder. We're going to preempt that we will stack it. So you give yourself loads of space, but just making sure that this is the line
into your pelvis. Spread the fingers wide. So push the bottom knee down, press the top knee out. Then we want to connect to the center. So even though this is side body exercises, our brain is always centering. Centering is a Pilates principle. So we're stabilizing. So here, my shoulder's not ready, my ribs are not ready, and I'm not connected to the muscles that are going to protect my shoulder girdle or the power and stability from the muscles around my pelvis and the structure of my pelvis. So get the brain into the front and the back of the pelvic floor. You'll notice the body kind of wants to lift with that. So you can imagine there's a sling underneath your rib cage and it's pulling you up towards the ceiling. So it's going to help us come towards our position. So now there's a bit more weight into the side of your hip. Now your brain can hold in P and hold in wind and find those muscles more easily. Scoop your belly and knit your ribs in and down. That helps to draw the shoulder with it. So you can feel how connected the pelvic floor is to those armpit muscles drawing down. And we start to appreciate that side plank is so much about our hips and it's not so much about loading into the wrist. We've that lovely bone bearing, that bone health through the wrist, but it's not about the arm and the shoulder as much as it is about the full body connecting. So you scoop through the center, draw the shoulder down, and then you push away. We squeeze the bum and the inner thighs as if you're trying to burst a balloon between the legs, and that's going to help you connect. And if you need to adjust, so maybe the shoulder needs to be further or closer, you can. So we find our position here and you press up, but you squeeze the bum and bring your brain down into the lower body. And then you lower down, and instead of keeping weight in the wrist, you're using that pelvis movement. So we scoop the belly, knit the ribs, and you can always bring the hand closer or further away. So press the knee back, scoop through the center. We're not ready here with the shoulder. We're not ready with the hips. Scoop, knit the ribs, armpit down. Exhale, press up, and then you get into the bum and the inner thighs. And you can adjust if you need to, like I did, and lower it down. So try one more on this side. We're open. We've got our centered focus. We have our shoulder position. Exhale, squeeze the bum and the inner thigh. And inhale to lower down. Now we've done a lot of loading, so we kind of create this strain. We're going to counter strain it, a little rehab for our shoulder and our sides. So you can slide the hand in and just go for a simple mermaid stretch. Reach through the fingers, the wrist, the elbow and the shoulder. Feel that elastic, the opposite of our loading, and then you can just let it go. You can do that one more time. Inhale and exhale, and just release the side that we were loading. Let's do that on the second side. So you create your clasp with the feet. So our top hip is externally rotating. The bottom foot, the heel of your foot traces into the bottom of your pelvis, the heel of the hand into the top of the pelvis. Give yourself some space so the shoulder will stack above the wrist. It's not already. Push the knee back. Put the weight into your hip. There's a sling underneath the lower side of your body, helping to draw the armpit down. Get your brain into the pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Exhale, press it up. So I think my feet were too close there, so reposition if you want. This is our prep section before we do our variations later. Exhale, squeeze the bum and the inner thighs, and inhale to lower. And one side is usually easier than the other. This is my easier side. Exhale, get into the bum muscles, and inhale, put the weight into the hips so we don't come back here. That's the mistake. That's when you're going to annoy your neck and your shoulder. So keep it strengthening through the lower body. Exhale, there's loading, but you're firing with the lower body. Loading the wrist, but firing with the legs. And inhale, relax the shoulders. Let's do one more. Exhale. And inhale. Then come back to your mermaid, slide the hand in, go for that side bend, so release everything you just loaded. And you can feel that down into the side of the hip. So we were creating tension there, again that strain, counter strain, so we appreciate how the wrist works all the way through the side of the body, front, back and sides of the body. But we can really feel that side line. Keep breathing. And you can come back to the center. We're going to make sure that we balance the spine before we do any more side bending. So we've done flexion, we've done some rotation and some combinations of those and some loading. So now we'll come to our prone position and extend the spine. So you can meet me on the mat when you're ready. Reach through your toes, ankles, knees and hips. Relax the shoulders down your back and spread your fingers wide. Tuck your tailbone, press into the front of the legs. Get your brain into the front and the back of the pelvic floor, scoop your belly and knit your ribs. Lengthen through the neck, soften through the neck. Energy through the crown of the head and back through the tailbone. Feel that opposition. Inhale to peel the upper body. You choose how high. So the elbows can leave the floor or they can stay bent, they can stay on the floor. You choose. And exhale to lower. And like that, if you want to adjust where the hands are further away from you, you won't come as high. So the hands can be closer to you or further away. So you choose. Inhale and exhale. Reach through the crown of the head and back through the feet. Feel the length through the body. Get taller. Inhale and exhale. Just for 5. For 4. For 3. Shoulders down. Inhale. For 2. Last one. And when you're ready, we're going to press back onto all 4s. Spread your fingers wide, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, hip width, the size of 2 fists between the knees. Slide your shoulder blades together and apart and find the center of those 2 positions. Tilt your pelvis down and up and find the center of those 2 positions. Lengthen the neck. There's energy forward through the crown of the head, so you're looking straight down. There's no pinched skin in the back of the neck. Armpits draw down the sides of the body and you soften the elbows. Get your brain into the front and the back of your pelvic floor. Scoop your belly, knit your ribs, reaching back through the tailbone, forward through the neck and the head. Press into the front of the feet. You feel your core waking up even more. Right leg back, left leg back. Feet can be together or hip width apart. Scoop through the center and lengthen the spine without flaring the ribs. So scoop the belly and knit the ribs. Soften the elbows. Keep breathing. 5, squeeze your bum. 4, your mind is in your pelvis. 3, 2, think about the legs, switch on the legs. And 1, lower the knees down. You can come onto the elbows to relax your wrists, but enjoy that bone bearing again through the wrists. If your knees are okay with it, you can sit fully back into a shell pose. Take a breath in, down along your spine. Exhale fully, let everything go. Breathe in fully. And breathe out fully. When you're ready, we're coming back onto all 4s. We're going to release the shoulders before we go back into side plank. So from all 4s, bring the hands closer together. So if you were to slide back, the heel of your hand would trace into your knee. Now walk the hands further up the mat. Bring your shoulders above your wrists. If that straightens out your hips, you've gone too far. So we just don't want our hips above the knees. You bring the hips forward of the knees and relax your feet. Let the head hang, shoulder blades together, creating this slack in the upper back and the shoulders. We're lengthening through our mid pecs as the shoulder blades come back together. Let the belly relax, the opposite of our Pilates setup, encouraging an arch in the back, so tailbone high, letting the ribs flare. You're loading through the wrists. If this is too intense for your back, you bring the knees closer so there's less of an arch in the back. Otherwise, we're going to breathe here. 5, 4, 3, feel the arms warm up. 2, and 1. Tuck your tailbone under, push the floor away so we round the back. Bring the hands in and feel the release through the neck. So it almost feels like our head wants to fall back. So we can really feel how we've created some length there. Let's come back into our side plank position. So create your clasp with the feet. You're making sure that your heel is tracing through the bottom of your pelvis, the heel of the hand through the top of the pelvis. Give yourself lots of space, both sides. Push the knee back. And remember, we need to check in with the armpit, the ribs, and our connection through the middle before we side plank. So scoop through the center. Exhale, come into your side plank. This time, bring the arm overhead. Inhale, lower it down. Weight into the side of the pelvis, scoop through the center. Armpit down. Exhale, Squeeze your bum and inner thighs and inhale to lower. Can we hold the next one? Exhale. Put the weight down the body. Really get this mind-body connection going. Put the direction down. 5, 4, push the floor away. It's like there's a sling holding you up. 3, squeeze the bum. 2, lighter with the wrist. Put more of your brain into the legs. And lower it down. Bring the knees together and release, counter strain through the wrist. Feel the blood flowing down into your shoulder again and come back. Get your setup again. So give yourself space from both sides. Press the knee back, scoop through the center. So always think about your position, and that can be done even if you start your side plank with the legs long. But let's just do another version here. So press the knee back, scoop through the center, knit the ribs together. Exhale, and we're going to hold for 3. Squeeze the bum. 2 and 1 and lower down. Inhale. Up again for 3. Put your brain down the body. 2, and it might take a few goes at this class to hold for this long. And 1. So repeat the class if you like. You have it for 72 hours. Never push through anything that feels uneasy. Just let it build up. Exhale. 3, 2. Give yourself loads of length. And 1 and lower it down. Go for that counter strain. So really get that stretch through the side of the body. The wrist starts to open up straight away. Take a breath in and out. Lower the arm down. We'll do the same on the second side. Get your setup. You've created your clamp. The heel through the bottom of your pelvis, heel of the hand through the top of the pelvis. Give yourself space, both sides. Press the knee back. We're not ready here because our ribs aren't set up, our armpit's not set up, our brain isn't connected to the core. So get that sling underneath the lower side of the body, draw the armpit down, scoop through the center, knee back. Exhale, press it up, squeeze the bum and the inner thigh. This time we bring the arm overhead and inhale to lower it down. Think about coming back to your setup position instead of always losing it. So it's a lot to think about, it's all the detail. We don't practice side plank as much as 4-legged plank, so it's just about adjusting our mind to this exercise. Exhale and inhale. Can we hold the next one? Exhale. Squeeze the bum and the inner thighs. Push the floor away. Create loads of space for yourself. Imagine your arm is longer. Imagine your legs are longer. Imagine your legs are stronger. It all catches up. 2 more. Squeeze the bum. Every time you feel the wrist too much, bring it down. And you can lower it down. Knees together. Slide the hand in. Go for that counter strain. Breathe in and out. Round 2. When you're ready, get your setup. So think about the heel of your foot, the bottom of your pelvis, heel of the hand, the top of the pelvis. Press the knee back. Position your pelvis so you can access the front and back of the pelvic floor. Scoop the belly, knit the ribs, draw the armpit down. Exhale to press it up. Squeeze the bum and the inner thighs. 3, 2, create space. And 1. Inhale to lower. Try and come into your position. Exhale. 3, 2, and come out early anytime you want. And 1. This is my weaker side for sure, so it's good to explore these things. Scoop the belly, knit the ribs, armpits down. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1, and you can lower it down. Knees together, slide the hand in. This amount of side planks isn't going to suit everyone on the first class, but the other exercises will free up the body and help us to access the muscles we want for these exercises. So repeat the class and maybe do less of the side planks. Maybe you'll fit this class in 3 times before it expires, so get the most out of it if you can. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, you can come out of it and relax the shoulders. We're going to create this golfer's grip with the fingers. So the fingers are at the very top of the palms, so not down here. So it's really high up on the palms, so it challenges the knuckles to stretch. And then the thumbs are out to the sides, so make sure the thumbs aren't forgotten about. You direct them out to the side. We're going to create some rehab through the shoulders before we do a more intermediate side plank. So come onto the belly. Your toes are pointing in and your heels are turning out. So we're internally rotating our hips and creating slack up the fascial lines through the back of the body. So you have this internal rotation from the hips and you're reaching the arms overhead. So it's like they're reaching to 12 o'clock. You're trying to get your palms parallel to the ceiling. So really direct back with the thumbs. And then you can relax your forehead down. We're just holding for 10, 9, twist the arms out further. 8, trying to get the palms parallel with the ceiling. 5, 4, twist more, the arms are heating up. 2, and 1. Let it go with the fingers, let it go with the rotation. Our second position, golfer's grip again, thumbs out to the sides. You open the arms out, so it's like a Y shape, or it's like you're at 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock, so give yourself that space. And you're really trying to twist shoulder, elbow into the wrist, so we can feel that spiral through the body. And now we're working into the middle of our pecs. Overhead, we're working into our lower pecs a bit more. So now we've come up into the middle of our pecs. Relax your head. Really go to get parallel with the ceiling. It's a bit of a shortness test if you're not. Really try and get your palm facing upwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, keep breathing, turn more with the fingers. 2, direct it with the thumbs. And 1, let it go with the fingers and the rotation. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, our last position, this is working up into our upper pecs. So it's straight out. Turn your palms up to the ceiling. So see the direction instead of going back like that. That turns a bit easier. If your palms are facing down, the thumb goes up to the ceiling and back. So it's really going to challenge the length of your upper pecs, so around our collarbone and the top of our chest. Golfer's grip, thumbs out to the sides. Try and get parallel with the ceiling. So we've lost my hands on the camera there, so like this, trying to get parallel with the ceiling. Toes in, heels out. So remember the lower body. That's going to relax our backs for us. This is usually the tightest one, or the one that doesn't rotate as much. It'll be to do with the bone position and the shape of the bones here now that we're in a wide T position, and also because usually that area around our neck is tighter than lower down. So just generally, some of us will be different. So palms up to the ceiling, relax your forehead, really direct it back with the thumbs. Get your fingers to the top of your palms. 10, 9, reach more, rotate more. 8, breathe deeply. 7, are both of the arms equal? It's normal if they're not. 6, just try and even it out. 5, you may have to give more attention to 1. 4, breathe deeply. 3, fingers to the top of your palms, they may slide down. Get back with the thumb. And 1, let it go. Relax it out. Press yourself back. And now, just for those neuromuscular patterns being instilled, so that programming we're doing, just notice that arms feel a bit longer than earlier. So we really did this twist, creating space. So we worked the muscles as well, so your arms might feel tired, but they should feel a bit longer. You should feel like there's more space around your neck and your arms. So if you'd like to join me for a more intermediate to advanced side plank, you can, or you could pause the video and repeat the other side plank setup, or maybe you want to do the whole class again and then do the advanced one at the end tomorrow. So to start with, we're going to have this cross with the legs, so the top foot is coming in front of the bottom foot. Give yourself that space with the top arm. I'll get my chair out of the way. So the heel of your hand to the top of your pelvis. So this kind of gives you this anchorage through this foot if you want it. So here is our starting position. Draw the armpits down, scoop the belly, knit the ribs, and you're pressing up into side plank. But see, it's almost like a side version of your jackknife. Can you see how the pelvis moves here? You reach with the arm and really put the weight down into the legs. It gives you a stretch, like mermaid stretch, and takes some of the load out of the wrist. Exhale, squeeze your bum and your inner thighs. Think of the line. So scoop your belly, knit your ribs. There's loads of variations later, but here's our home position. And inhale, you reach through the arm as if you're trying to reach your fingers towards your ankles. Enjoy the side stretch, but give yourself some space while you reach. So we're not here. Remember, the armpit draws down. Scoop the belly, knit the ribs. Exhale. And inhale. Once more like this. Exhale. Squeeze the bum and the inner thighs. And inhale. If you'd like to come into a side bend with it, you can. Only if there's absolutely no pain in the wrist, you feel like you've got that grasp on the core work here and the legs are really firing for you. So Exhale, we come up and over into a side bend. My spine is quite long now, so don't worry about making it a big side bend. And inhale to lower. So for my size, my spine is quite long compared to my legs. So exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale. You're enjoying the work through the arm, but you're keeping most of it in the legs. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. And inhale. And really important, after any side planks, you can feel the work. We draw it all in and go for that mermaid stretch. Really feel it through the side of the body. And if you'd like to rotate, giving yourself a massage from the inside out, you can. Keep breathing. We're going to get ready for the second side. So let go of that. We start with the legs stretched out. There's a little anchorage through this foot that's in front, the top foot. It's okay if there's a gentle bend in the knee. Spread the fingers out, heel of the hand into the heel of the pelvis. And we know that we don't want to just push up from here. That's really shoulder heavy. So you want to put the weight down into the hips, scoop the belly, knit the ribs like there's a sling underneath the side of your hips. And we lead up with the arm, but firing through the bum and the inner thighs. And inhale, you reach. Enjoy the stretch in the lower body. Make sure the shoulder doesn't slip up towards the ear. So there's lots going on here. And we're trying to reach up and over, trying to touch the ankles. Exhale, squeeze the bum and the inner thighs. Inhale, give yourself loads of space, loads of length. It just takes your full focus, mind-body connection. So not just, it's a lot of work. Full focus and precision. Exhale. And inhale, loads of space across the chest, across the arms. Exhale, squeeze the bum and the inner thighs. And inhale, watch that space, open it up. If you'd like to add a side bend on, you can. Exhale and inhale, reach. You don't have to add the side bend. Exhale and inhale, reach, reach, reach. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Give yourself space. Once more. Exhale and inhale. So have a look at your form here. So check in, and then you can bring the knees in and go for that side bend. Again, never force the wrists, the neck, the sides. Build it up slowly. Take a breath in and out. If you want, you can rotate this nice soft tissue release around the top of our pelvis, the rotation with the rib cage, the connection from our hips to our ribs, our shoulders and our pelvis. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, you can come up and out and relax the shoulders. We're going to finish in our standing position. So again, our brain might have come into the hands a little bit. So we're going to make sure it pushes down into the feet and we continue grounding ourselves. So if you take your chair, you have parallel feet that are hip width apart, heels of the hands on the chair. Let the head hang through, shoulder blades together. Can you switch on the legs a bit so we feel our muscles wrapping a little bit? Just 2 more breaths here. Push through the feet as if there's very little weight in the hands. It's all in the feet. Once more. Curl the tailbone under. Release the hands. Let the body hang. But you're still pushing that strength down through the legs. Now get even more strength through the legs. Scoop your core and roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Relax the shoulders, all the blood flows down into the ankles. Circle the arms around in both directions and you can let it go. Ooh, thank you so much for joining me for this Master the Move side plank. Side planks take a while, but as I said, repeat the class as many times as you like. Thanks so much for taking any of my classes. It means the absolute world to me, and it means that I can keep recording classes, which is great. That's what I love to do. So thank you so much for the support. I hope you love the side plank focused class, and I'll see you again soon.